Are you looking for dynamic and refreshing interviews? Amazing content? We cover it at The Big Rich Show. Everything from paranormal to conspiracy. Actors and actresses to musicians. Up-and-coming independents to legendary status. We've got it all. And it only happens here at The Big Rich Show on the YouTube channel. Check it out.
What's good, sweet world? It's your boy Twist of White Beast, man. And you know, when I catch myself bored on a Sunday evening, I tune into Big Rich and Real Lisa only on FCR 247 Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You dig?
You're listening to Fat Cat Radio, a family of hosts playing the best local music, raising the bar one note at a time.
What up, what up? Fat Cat Radio. This is Mr. 1500 from Hennessy, Oklahoma. I just want to say, I love Big Rich and Little Lisa and their show that they have at 7:30 p.m. every Sunday live. So how about you come and see them sometime, just like me? I'm live tonight with them.
There's a heavy load upon my back.
And what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Big Rich and Little Lisa show. And as you heard in that intro, we got a special guest in the studio with us tonight. And I think he's going to hang around the entire time. Little Lisa, you want to let them know who's with us?
We have Mr. 1500 from our fan page on Facebook for BRRS-MEDIA.
What's going on, Mr. 1500?
What's up, Big Rich? What's up, Little Lisa?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, man. Look, dude, it's our pleasure to have you on the show, man. Folks, if you don't know, I'm going to give you a little bit of a background here. We were pushing to hit 1,500 fans on our Facebook page. And this has been a while ago. I mean, last year, I'm proud to say. And we're pushing almost 1,700 now. Let's go and break that. But we were pushing, and this guy has been with us since day one. He's been a fan, but he just really didn't join the social media and stuff. And then when he found out we were pushing for it, we needed about 36 people to hit the 1,500 mark. And it just so happens the way the cookie crumbles or the way the dice laid that day, he ended up being Mr. 1500 to put us over the hump of all people. So we did a little special thing. And not only that, there's a little something else between me and Mr. 1500. Would you like to explain that?
Yeah. So, like Big Rich done explained, I've been following him since Facebook BRRS-MEDIA, and basically for the conspiracy and just weird stuff. But I've seen his face on the YouTube videos that they have that goes with the basic videos. Yes, I'm sorry. But I noticed. I thought it was a coincidence, but I noticed him from a distance. He stopped in at Hennessy, Oklahoma, a little small town, and I seen his face, and he was gassing up there, and I just hollered Big Rich, and sure enough, it was him. So, I like he says, I've been with him since day one. But yeah, I'm not in the social media that much, but I still follow BRRS and now Fat Cat Radio.
Hells yeah. Man, I'm going to tell you what, guys. We talked about Mr. 1500, S. Gregory Ward. We talked about him, I think, 2 shows ago. And it was a pleasure meeting him, first off, in person that day. We took a selfie. We posted it up. Lisa shared it around the social media. And I got to talk with him. And like I've always said, it's like, this guy is genuine. He has a good soul, a good heart, and he has that comeback story, that good American comeback story. You know what I mean? And he's just a good old-fashioned American, and man, we hit it off. And everybody knows when you're BRRS Media fan, you're family as well. And I mean that when I say it. And I think that's proof. We got the man in the studio with us tonight.
Yeah. It just doesn't get any better than this.
All right. Am I right? Man, look, we're on the radio. We got fans that are listening.
I mean, I'm in an awesome studio here in Norman, Oklahoma.
What?
And you know, I'm loving the hospitality for real.
Yeah.
So,
man, we're humbled to have you with us, man.
thank you.
And hopefully the fans will enjoy the ride tonight. And I know you're going to be putting your touch and input on some of this stuff. So
I'll try.
So we can go from there, fans. It's been a long week for me. I know we keep bringing it up and saying it, but the coronavirus, man, it's been with us from our first episode, and it's with us now. And, you know, in that first episode, we brought it up. We were trying to enlighten people and open their eyes to some things that were upcoming and even give you some alternative views on that. Not just the norm, not saying, hey, this started in a wet market in Wuhan. You know, we threw 5G around. We threw the idea that this could have been a man-made spliced virus that was created. There's all kinds of different avenues when you delve your head into there. And, you know, we really don't want to always have bad things to talk about, but coronavirus is our life right now, you know? Lisa, before we jump into talk a little bit about that, how was your week? Anything interesting?
My week has been very long. I'm still continuing to feed the homeless. I won $100 from Rent-A-Center.
Hey.
In a drawing there. They put everybody's name in there that signed up for auto pay into this drawing, and I won $100. That was awesome. I had to go in there and take a picture, and of course they called me on the worst day ever. Right, my hair's, you know, I'm looking like I rolled out of bed and went down there and stood for a picture. So that was
that's my everyday look. I roll out of bed and what's up?
So that was good, but
crazy.
It's been a pretty good week overall. Just busy.
Yeah, man, busy. Put it this way, I've been so busy with this coronavirus that, you know, I doubled my sales of a normal week. You know, I don't want to be throwing numbers, and I'll even go low here. So if I do 5,000 a week in sales on bread, we did 10,000, and it was just crazy because I don't know where it was going and where people using it as an alternative for sandwich / toilet paper. You know, you can always grab that soft Wonder Bread and, you know, I'm just kidding. Yo, Mr. 1500, what do you think about this coronavirus, man?
Well, I mean, basically, it's a virus out there or flu-like symptom that they announce, and it's taking people's lives, and it's the elderly, and we just basically need to pray for them and be there for them. I just want that everybody know that just be helpful for one another. Absolutely. And wash your hands.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Don't touch your face.
Don't touch your face. Don't be a booger picker.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that we have a fan chiming in, Christina Lang, saying, and don't touch your face.
Nice. Speaking of fans, hey, Big Mama's like, what's up, y'all?
Hey, Big Mama.
Hey, Big Mama.
How you doing tonight, Big Mama? I know we didn't use your intro, but we had a special guest, so we had to throw him up there tonight. And you understand, you have to, you know, sometimes you super fans, we might have to get you guys with the beef of the week or something. Big Mama's going to have beef with Mr. 1500. Ding, ding.
Oh, I don't want to. I wouldn't want to have big beef with Big Mama.
No, Big Mama don't play.
She's so sweet, but she done put the smack down on you last week, and I remember because you got a name wrong.
Oh, yeah. She'll let you know quick.
Much love to Big Mama from Little Lisa here.
She was like, Alexa, get a hold of my boy. Tell him he doesn't know what he's talking about. Alexa's like, Rich, your mama's going to kick your beep. Just kidding. But anyway, so yeah, with this 5G thing, man, it's keeping. Here's the good thing, I think. It's keeping everybody locked in, right? And now they're able to pay attention, maybe, to the political scheme of America and the world, and the other things going on as well. Whereas before, all they're catching is hit and miss pieces when they get home, or something they see on Facebook or YouTube, and it could be leaning you one way or the other. Now you got time to research and listen to them. We see what the politicians are saying every day now. Now they've got an ear. I remember back in the day, I would listen to White House feeds, and there would be 11, 12,000 watching. It's 120,000 lately.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of that is the virus, but also I see it on other sites where live updates on anything where it would be 5,000, 6,000 people. It's tripled, quadrupled. So people are home. They're seeing. So while you're out there, folks, this is conspiracy in me. Take this time and research stuff, because this coronavirus / came from a snake / came from a bat / came from a wet market in Wuhan. 1, 2, buckle my shoes, 3, 4, open it up. I feel like I'm just. And now all of a sudden, the virus has 72 different symptoms.
Yeah.
Every day it's getting 2 or 3 new symptoms. I'm like, come on. Next thing you know, they're going to say, and if you feel that you take more than 1 bowel movement a day, you could have coronavirus. No, I'm not trying to make light of it, but I'm just saying, it's to the point now where if you sniffle, you might have coronavirus. If your throat's itchy, you might have coronavirus. If it's sore, you definitely got coronavirus. If you're huffing and puffing after running 12 miles, you might have coronavirus. It's like everything now. So it's like, it makes you think, really? Is there? And then you got nurses and doctors coming on doing updates saying, I don't know what they're talking about. We got plenty of ventilators, and this hospital's empty. There's not a soul in here right now. But yet, over at this other hospital, it's mass mayhem, and they're showing dead bodies stacked up. And then come to find out, some of that footage is from overseas. It's not even the American hospitals.
Right.
So,
and it's also been said that some of the bodies they are showing did not even die from corona, but like gunshots and car accidents and everything else.
And I'm going to leave it at this. That's what I'm going to leave. I was curious today, so I looked this up before we all got together. How many people die daily in the U.S.? Just die, death, everything, all kinds, whether it be gunshot, natural heart attack, whatever it is. How many deaths are recorded daily in the United States? If you had to guess, what would you think?
I'd say 3,200.
3,200. Okay, that's a good guess. Well, what do you think, Mr. 1,500, if you had to guess?
I say probably 2,000 or 3,000.
Okay. 7,700 people die daily in the U.S. Natural causes or other things. Okay. So it makes you start thinking, because there was a guy that came out and showed this, and he said, hey, these deaths, some of these people are dying from other things than COVID, but they're testing positive during their autopsy. So we're being told to count them as a COVID patient. Do you see what I'm saying? So let's say somebody was in there and they did have a heart attack. And during our autopsy, like, oh man, they had COVID. But it was the heart attack that killed them, not the coronavirus or the COVID-19, right? But they're saying it doesn't matter. He had it, count him as one of the statistical deaths. So it makes you go, how many of these 7,700 natural deaths every day are being counted as COVID-19 now too? It makes you think. So there's all, so I don't want to get off into the rabbit hole, because you guys know we could do that for probably 10 hours straight and let's still not hit everything. But with that said, I know, didn't you have a funny story? Kind of a cute COVID story? I mean, it takes the doom and gloom away.
I have a couple of stories that I could tell you, Big Rich.
Yeah.
How funny do you want it to be?
I want funny. I want the best you got to bring.
Well, let's talk about James Gunn.
Oh,
and
Lord.
Michael Rooker.
Okay.
They've always had this, excuse me, they've always had this fake little feud between the two of them.
Sure.
And a couple of years ago, James went and bought some toilet paper to put in his bathroom during Christmas time that had Michael's face on it as a joke. Well, this past Wednesday, he decided to take the matters up just a little notch in a tweet stating that due to the coronavirus, he don't have any toilet paper. So now he has to use this toilet paper and says apparently that his actor will be cleaning his derriere with his face.
Oh, Lord. And it gets deep on this one. That is horrible. That should be like a "Where's the beef" segment.
Yeah.
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
One man's face, another man's ass. Next, and where's the beef? That is horrible. Good Lord. Have you ever had anything with a person's face printed on it that you've owned in your life, Mr. 1500?
No, I can't actually say, but if you look more into that, what she's talking about, the person that had the face on it was the producer, the boss.
Oh, that was the producer to
the actor.
The movie that actor was in.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes it
So
even
the
better.
actor had the.
I wonder if I can get some toilet paper with your face on it. No, I'm just playing.
Oh.
Don't fire me, Rick. Don't fire me.
Guards, remove her, please.
But yeah, that's quite funny.
That is horrible. Yeah,
Wow.
that is wild. You know, I don't like cussing him, man. That's literally shiting on your boss.
I mean,
so I have
He's
a question.
really a shite face. No, go ahead, literally now.
you got shice.
If you had to take a guess, what would you say would be the number one watched show in America right now?
Okay, you're going there, and I can feel it. I already know because I know this guy, and I've been to his spread twice before this whole documentary thing. You're talking about the Tiger King, aren't you?
That is correct.
Good Lord.
Have you started watching it?
Yeah, but I had to turn it off. I was dying because when you know someone and you've like met them and you know some of the other people, it's kind of hard to watch the fake them. And I think even though he documented his entire life, every day was like a fake fantasy. He was an asshole. I'm just gonna be straight. Excuse my language. He was like in person because we had paid. I don't want to really get into it much, but let's put it this way: we paid a pretty premium. I say I did several Valentines ago, back in the day when Big Rich was hitched, and we went out there, and it was nothing what we paid for. You know, we were supposed to get an hour alone with this cub, you know, not alone, like, but just us and then the keeper or whoever. And it was supposed to be this romantic setting, and you were supposed to get, you know, this and that, and with it, like a bottle of fake apple champagne, or, you know, it was just goofy, but it was fun because the woman that I was with at the time really loved big cats. That was her thing. She was into it. So I thought, what better of a gift and to do that. And it was horrible. And then when I brought it up personally to him, he was basically like, well, honey, you got a deal because I charge people more than what I charged you on them last few days. You know, like, so be glad you got what you got, kind of thing. And I was like, ooh, man, all right. Last time I ever come back here.
All right. So did you get to hold a cub and pet a cub, or?
Yeah, we did with like 70 other couples.
Oh, that sucks.
You see what I'm saying? They were supposed to be like I don't know if he oversold that thing on purpose or, you know what I mean, or whatever happened, but yeah.
I mean, what do they do? Line you all up in one line and just walk the cat by you?
Kind of, we're in this like little area.
Oh, okay.
And you kind of like have these ground you, so I was gonna try and be nice and be like, they have this nice seating that you can sit in, but but what it was kind of sold as is something like, hey, you know, you get to spend the time in a little, you know, room with your favorite, you know, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, you're like, ooh, shiny, and you get there and go, man, it smells like a dumb piece of doo-doo.
You didn't eat no pizza while you was there, what did you?
Oh, hell no. I heard he made it with that meat, huh?
Oh yeah, he made it with meat that was outdated from Walmart.
I don't even think that place stayed open 2 days. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
So anyway,
How long?
you're not the only one that is pissed off about this documentary, basically being all lies. His Joe Exotic's ex-husband, John Finley, is pissed. He says that the producers of the documentary made it seem that his teeth were rotten due to meth usage. And John says that's just simply not true. Says that his teeth have always been bad, and he did get dentures during the filming of the show, but the producers failed to show his new shiny teeth. So, okay, John, from Little Lisa here, meth had absolutely nothing to do with it. I believe you, okay?
No.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't have 3 dangling teeth.
Even after all this, the lies just keep coming from that place, don't they?
I guess, man. That's horrible, though. You know, and I've always said this, man. If it got down to where I only had 3 teeth in my mouth, I'd get drunk and just punch them out myself or something. I would. I'd just be like, damn this. 3. Call me gummy, because I would rather have gums than 3 because I mean that did look bad. I just get real drunk.
It looked real bad.
I'd grab Mr. 1500 and say, swing my fist, or just hit myself.
I'd say this much: I haven't seen that Tigerland. I mean,
Tiger King.
I haven't got to see it yet, but now I just might. I don't know, but
it's definitely good entertainment.
I know this much. I mean, that's like you having smack mouth and saying you don't smoke meth.
I do know one thing. If Tiger King could talk right now, and you asked him what he thought about the coronavirus, he would say Carol Baskin was to blame for it. I'll tell you that. You know it.
Oh, that's horrible. Man, we need to play, because he's independent. He never got signed. Maybe we need to play that Carol Baskin song one weekend that good old Tiger King put out.
Oh, we should.
We should throw that up there for Independent
We
Song
should.
of the Week.
We should do that.
What was the name of that song? It's about feeding.
Here, kitty, kitty.
Yeah, here, kitty, kitty. Feeding her husband to the tigers.
You know that's what she did.
You know, and I'm not going to lie, that dude had a pretty darn good voice. It wasn't even auto-tuned that bad.
I found out later that he wasn't actually singing the song. He was lip-singing, is what I was told. So I will have to do further research on that, but that's what I was told.
So did he pay a local celebrity here that we all know lives in Norman? I'm not going to say any names. Toby Keith?
He just might. It did sound a lot like him, did it not?
Oh, man.
But I'm going to do some further research on that and find out for sure. But I was told that he lip-synced that he did not sing that.
That's
okay,
crazy.
because I was going to say, if he did sing that, and those, man.
That's
he sang good.
He was in the wrong field.
Yeah.
Maybe she got mad because he did lip sync, and I'm gonna feed you to the cats now.
Oh no. Horrible. All right. So anything else funny? It's gotta be Corona. I want some funny Corona today. One more at least.
So I know you were talking just a little bit ago about how you were hitched at one time.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts about dating?
Dating.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves someone, and I'll put it like that. And I'm lonely many a night, and I hate laying in that bed alone. But sometimes when you got a goal, you got to hit that goal, you know. But other than that, I mean, now it's hard for me with dating because women want all or nothing, and you got to put your full focus. And when you're going another direction at that time, it's hard to treat a woman like she needs to be treated. So therefore, sometimes you just got to stay at a distance until you can treat them the way that you want to treat them. Every woman is a queen, yes, right? And God blesses everyone with their queen. So,
well, the dating apps right now are just booming crazy.
Oh,
the coronavirus,
sure.
So many people are sitting at home. But the crazy thing is some of them are sneaking out and meeting these strangers. Even though, you know, a lot of places are saying if you don't have to leave, don't, you know, unless it's essential, blah, blah, blah. I personally don't think that meeting strangers is essential, but I just think that maybe the advertisements for these dating sites should put in their little thing that if you meet these strangers, you're possibly going to catch something that 2 doses of zithromycin cannot cure.
Wow.
That's horrible. What are you doing? It puts a whole new spin on staying 6 foot away from the next person, huh? Yeah, that's
something
horrible.
Ajax won't take off.
Yeah, I know.
I definitely.
How's your experience been on dating sites, Mr. Phil? You look like you're over there, like shivering.
No.
Bad news, huh?
Bad. Yeah. Whoa.
Well, all I've ever heard is it's the land of penis pics and horny housewives.
And fish in the sea. Well, I know this much. You're fishing.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
And
They have one of those apps called something like that. A lot of fish.
Yeah.
Catfish.
You might
Plenty
catch
of fish.
something.
Yeah.
But, there is a dating site there called that.
Me myself, I learned a big lesson on the dating sites, and that's just, I will never do it again ever in my life. And I know this much with what's going on, and if that's the case with the day sites, what they're doing, I'm gonna just shut my phone off. I mean, that the bottom line, don't have to mess with it. So
It's crazy, man. Yeah, those dating sites, dating apps, all this stuff is just wild. But, I like to really get to know somebody physically, like in person. Let's go hike. Let's go to the museum. These are often, people are getting to know each other online, and it's just like, it's a false reality to me because you don't know how you're going to interact with this person in person.
Right.
And I'm not going to lie to you, all right? I'm going to be honest. I think I did go on one date from a dating site. And this is how bad it was. Women and your damn filters. This chick had filtered herself so hard that I walked right past her not once, but 3 times in the restaurant where we were supposed to meet. And I guess each time she's trying to wave me down. And then finally the 3rd time I stopped, and I'm like, yes. She's like, Rich? And I'm like, okay, false advertising. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm Rich. And she's like, that's me. I was like, ooh, okay. I'm like, I was like, okay, I feel like I want to take off my arm and my 2 feet and be like, it's me. I really only have no feet and 1 arm.
Did you say steak?
No, but let's just put it this way. She could have ate yours, mine, the neighbors. And I'm not trying to down her, but she lied.
Right.
And then she put on these facial apps that make you guys look 37 to 40 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
And then you end up showing up to a bar, go on a date, and the lady was like, I'm 33. And in the picture, you're like, dang, yeah, she's looking good. You get there, and she's like, looks 66.
With a patch over her eye.
Wow, that was my Halloween costume.
There's no parlay in this.
I'm glad you stayed, man. You were funny.
It's been a long week. I can't I'm just tired. How you feeling, Big Rich?
Man, I'm exhausted. Yeah. I mean, it took it out of me these last few weeks, being out in public and fighting the swarms of people. It's just been crazy. But it's a part of it. I'm on the front lines, and all I can ask is God to get my back, because people have no respect when you're in those stores. You bring that bread in, and it's like, here comes the herd, man, and they burst in your bubble, and I don't know. I just, because I don't know what to take of this. Is it a virus? Is it a flu? Is it a cold? Is it 5G? I mean, I just don't know, man. And whatever it is, I want people to stay away.
Right.
I wish I could just stay in here and do podcasts all day. It'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be great. With that said, we're moving along pretty quick tonight. Do we want to talk about that one Mrs. Serco?
We can do that, yes.
I think
Margaret Serco.
Yeah, you were talking about her earlier, and I want to hear how this ends.
Yeah, she played a twisted prank at a Pennsylvania grocery store when she purposely went into this grocery store and started coughing on $35,000 worth of products, stating that she had the coronavirus. The store had to throw it all out. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of food, and it kind of irks me when they read something like that, because I went to the grocery store today to get food for sandwiches for the homeless. And I mean, there was just nothing really to choose from, like the
What's crazy,
supply
yeah,
is so
is
limited.
I mean, there is a limited supply of a lot of stuff. I go through, like, I can't even get basic items. And what's crazy is if you're wanting meat, it's hit or miss, man. You can't find, like, you better grab that hamburger quick early in the morning because they're only putting out a certain amount and it's gone. It almost feels like the socialistic days when you have one or two choices and it's only between 8 and noon, and if you come in after that, you're getting stuff you really don't need because all the basics are gone: the eggs, the milk, the bread, the meats, the cheeses. I mean, the selection is super low. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, she was arrested, obviously. She was charged with making terroristic threats. She was also charged with threats to use a biological agent and a felony count of criminal mischief. She also tried to steal beer on her way out of the damn store, so that she got a misdemeanor charge for theft. I guess the felony charges weren't enough for her, so she added that misdemeanor in there.
Yeah, you read that wrong too. She wasn't from Pennsylvania; she was from Arkansas.
It was beer 30
somewhere.
Well, I mean, get it. I mean, she knew what she was doing. She was in trouble. I mean, come on, 30. What was it? $35,000
$35,000
worth
of groceries.
Of groceries. I mean,
that's crazy.
Basically, you're going to jail because of this pandemic, and then you might as well bottoms up on your way out. Go get drunk and then lay down. At least you'll be safe, I guess.
No doubt. Let me give a few shout outs, folks, and then let's get into some music. Let's hear this week's Independent Artist of the Week. It's a great song, and I'll tell you in just a second. Let me give some shout outs real quick because they're piling up here. And people are like, what's going on? I got my boy, Toby Colby, all the way out of Seattle, man. He's like, much love, dog. I'm loving the show. You guys are killing it. Thank you for the shout out. In return, bro, I'm going to help to spread you guys around. Toby Colby, I went to school with him. We played football together, and we had a blast, man. He was a good dude. He was a solid dude. And I know it was funny because you always ask me, Big Rich, what did you play, lineman? I'm like, no, I was a fullback, tight end as well. And Toby was a running back. And shoot, I was lean, mean, fighting machine back then. Ladies loved me. The women's adored me. Even the ones that never saw me, like, no, I'm just kidding. But those were the days, man. Yeah, good shout out, Toby. I got to give she's probably losing her mind because it's been like 10 minutes. Miss Angelina Ryan. Yeah, she texted in. She's like, the show is great, guys, and funny, but like, when am I getting on the show? When am I going to be able to do my super teaser?
You notice that she didn't text Mama that. She could have texted the boss. She just went right over my head.
She went right over Mama's head, went to the boss. We'll get something set up. Twiz gave a shout out saying, what's up? Of course, Jason's been at my side tonight. Thank you. He's almost like the guy behind the booth. It's not behind the booth. He'll tell me, hey, bump it up, turn it down. So thank you for looking out. And Rhonda Pennington too. She's eating dinner with Richard, and they're saying they're loving the show. Linda Williams gave a shout out. And let's see. No Sandy Griffith tonight over there. That was from earlier. Yeah, that's it on that.
Well, I have a couple of shout outs. We have Justin listening, and he says, love it, chick. I will definitely be tuning in every weekend. Loves the show. We have Rachel saying that the show is great. Christina sent me multiple messages. I try to keep up with her. She says that she is a big fan of Mr. 1500. He's got a secret admirer.
Baby.
Said that they're definitely going to be listening again next weekend. That we were being so funny that she can't stop laughing, and so on and so forth with her. Brian Schumann said, hey.
What's up, Brian? Brian's old school. Brian has been with this since I think the Gary Spikes days, and that goes back to like some of my very first recordings when we were talking about Antarctica and stuff like that. So yeah, man.
Oh, somebody just chimed in. Guess who? From Tulsa. Can you guess who it is?
No, don't give me.
Josh Nance.
Oh, what's up, Josh in Tulsa? What's going on, man?
He said, I'm listening and I love you all. Just trying to figure out how to listen and talk to you guys at the same time. But I'm figuring it out.
That's awesome, man. Look, dude, we appreciate your support, dude. I'm going to tell you something, too, about that cat. He reached out to me in a private message one time, and I was going through some stuff with this. I mean, I was having issues in the studio. This is when I was very first started, because he's been around for a while too. And I was at a point where I almost gave it all up. I was just like, I just can't do this, man. I can't run a business and do this the way I want to. So it's not going to give the people what they want, because anything I do, I want to do the best. You know, I want it to be good for you. And this guy messaged me. He's like, man, he goes, you mean a lot to me. Listening to you and listening to your Big Rich shows, the Big Show, and what you open up to people. He goes, you can't stop, man. You got to keep going. And to know that just that one person said that to me, if I could only make a difference in his life, I said, man, I'm never going to stop. I'm going to keep going no matter how hard it is. If I get 1 hour sleep a night, I'm going to keep doing this, because I change one person's life. That means I can change thousands, or open eyes. And you can too. That's why I love our radio show now. We're here to have fun, and this is to make you unwind and forget about what's going on in real life in your world. Just tune into us, man. We're going to try and bring a little funny, a little serious, and then we're going to have fans on like Mr. 1500, dude. You know what I'm saying? I know I get to rambling, folks, but what do you guys think? Let's do this Independent Artist of the Week.
I'm waiting to hear it.
All right, man. When I hear this one, all right, guys, the name of this, it's an EP, a 3-song EP, and it was dropped by Twism White Peace, and he did a collab with Furious out of Dallas, the Fort Worth area. And the title of this EP is The Theory of Id, okay? And one of the 3 songs tonight that we're going to be playing is called Sun Setting Fast. And when I listen to this song, and you will too, you'll see why, man. It just makes you feel like summertime, windows down, and if you have a drop top and you're that rich, drop the top. Here we go, folks. Independent artist of the
Bless. You know, it's just got one of those feel-good vibes, you know. When life is going good, you know what I'm saying? You're riding around, top down, 80 degrees, sun is shining, you're feeling divine. Vibe with us. Any given Sunday. Woo! Like Willie Beeman, I'm dreaming, seeing the better tomorrow. No sorrows, borrowed a penny for plenty luck. Truck old top down, sounds of the city get me. Divinity in the vicinity. Remember when scrap penny seeds blossom. Awesome how it is to live your vision, wisdom and higher thinking. Inking deals and still delivered. Remember those no longer with us, just us till the end. See you again, friends. Till the time, let's shout.
All up in this life, game so hot. Me seeing you seeing me, let's make it pop. Got a couple bottles with the music playing non-stop. Little money in my pocket, tell the whole way that the speakers roll throughout this moment. We keep this party going. Never turn it down, living life to the fullest. How would you when you see us? Tip your cups up to those no longer with us. Looking up bright-eyed as the sun sets. So I turn the music up, the bass starts pumping. And I put my hands up, my heart starts thumping. Living life to the fullest, family next to me. My head held high, can't nothing get the best of me. So I turn the music up, the bass starts pumping. And I put my hands up, my heart starts thumping. Living life to the fullest, family next to me. My head held high, can't nothing get the best of me. Sitting at the table, contemplating my future. Got a dream up in my heart and $20 in my pocket. Many times I done failed, so close to defeat. But I always rose up to my feet. Something you need, keep the queen happy indeed. 5 kids playing and laughing with ease. So imagine this, as I'm standing in front of you with so hot. Me seeing you seeing me, let's make it pop. Got a couple bars with the music playing non-stop. Little money in my pockets, at a home where make the speakers roll. Throughout this moment, we keep this party going. Never turn it down, living life to the fullest. Holler truth when you see us, tip your cups up to those no longer with us. Looking up bright-eyed as the sun sets. So I turn the music up, the bass starts pumping, and I put my hands up, my heart starts thumping. Living life to the fullest, family next to me, my head held high, can't nothing get the best of me. So I turn the music up, the bass starts bumping, and I put my hands up, my heart starts thumping. Living life to the fullest, family next to me, my head held high, can't nothing get the best of me.
Head held high, can nothing get the best of me. Man, that song is bumping.
Oh man, it was awesome.
Yeah, what do you think? You like, yeah?
I like it. It sounded like he was singing from his heart, and he was touching out people's souls and allowing them to know, through all things you can get through stuff, and it's a powerful song, and I like it. I mean,
yeah, and that's coming. I mean, I'm a folks. I've gotten to know Mr. 1500, and I know that's big coming from him because this man is born on that good old rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes your soul. Yeah, so
yeah.
For him to enjoy, I mean, he was over there bobbing his head, man. He was feeling this. I'm new to Furious, and I'm loving him. But Twism, I know. And his music all comes from the heart, dude. This dude, one baby mama, has been his queen, 5 kids with this woman. Yeah, they've been from hell and back, dude. And he's still standing. I interviewed him before on my show, and you want another great comeback, American story, success, Twism White Peace. He is the face of comeback.
I'd definitely like to meet him.
Oh, yeah, and it will happen one day. I promise you, brother. We're all family, man. It will network. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
Look where you're at today. You're sitting in the studio with Big Rich, Little Lease.
Loving it.
Oh, I'm loving it too, man. I'm not going to lie to you. With that said, man, I know you were talking about something that happened in the music industry.
Yeah, Rihanna.
Oh, Lord,
Grande.
I almost forgot she was a singer, right?
Yeah, she released a new album after 3 years of just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But her fans were not happy because
Why?
all they got was background vocals.
What?
Yeah, that's all it was. 3 years of background vocals. Her fans left many opinions about how they felt. One fan wrote, "You really made me wait 3 years for some background vocals." Another fan wrote, "Best make me believe it," echoing in my head for the next 3 years until Rihanna gives us another little feature.
That's horrible. You know what, man? That's the problem, dude, is big artists don't stay hungry. You know what I mean? That's why I love supporting independence. Even after they get success, a true grinder never forgets their roots, man. They don't get lazy.
No, they don't.
Now, I'm going to give you a perfect example. And a lot of people will either think I'm retarded. Yeah, I'm not politically correct. I'm Big Rich. Or they're going to think I'm a genius. But Eminem is as relevant in rap music right now in 2020 as he was in 2001. And the reason why is the man don't sleep. He's putting out album after album after, even if they flop or people give him bad, he comes back. Dude, and he is like one of the greatest lyricists of all time. And my music, I grew up on hip hop. So I'm going back on the days where I go back to the 70s, you know, and in the early 80s when you had peeps like Eric B. and Rakim was like, he was the lyricist at the time. Big Daddy Kane, he was a lyricist. And I put Rakim in the Eminem section. So to say that shows you what I think and the kind of music I like. Somebody who tells a story. And I put Twism in that as well, because Twism tells a vivid story, no matter what song. I'm going to hip you to some music of his, Mr. 1500. You got to check it out, dude. He has one that's called, what was it? My Children.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
It's my favorite song that he's sung so far.
We played it on our show closing out last week. I mean, that song literally brought tears to both our eyes sitting in these studio chairs.
Well, most songs like that with people that had that drive, that hunger, will tap in and be able to move a person. And if you can move a person, then you're doing good. And it's just basically one of those ordeals that, I mean, most rappers, they either, like you said, they die out. And honestly, I didn't even know Rihanna was even singing anymore. I thought she was done.
Right, we haven't heard them.
But I mean, I heard it once, and it was like she went away. But this guy's lyrics that I listened just a little bit ago, I mean, it touched me. And if he touched you last week, he's touching many people. And it's just messed up what we got going on right now, because I mean, if he's going to be put in that category, then somebody should sign him.
Oh,
because,
dude, this
yeah.
cat, he's bound for starting.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, to me, when I think of him, I think of not if, but when.
What he needs to do, like I said, is
he's on the right
send me that album in my mail so I can play it in my car so all of Shawnee hears it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're talking about the original copy?
Yeah.
I bump it on the bread truck all the time, man. And I will be doing that with this EP. So, yeah. Man, that's crazy about Rihanna. You know, get hungry again, girl.
Yeah.
Get hungry.
My daughter likes her music.
Yeah, well, most teeny boppers do. Younger kids, they're into that whole thing, or the mumble rap. And, you know, not me. Give me a lyricist any day, or give me some good rock and roll. Hell, give me some Bob Marley.
Right.
Don't worry about a thing.
So, let me tell you something. We're talking about how Rihanna, in my opinion, fell short after 3 years. Restaurants in Shawnee, I feel, have fallen short.
Okay, and I think, I know where you're going with this, and because you talked about it when you got here, and I was furious, man. Remember, I wanted to call him.
Yes, I do remember.
Go ahead and tell the story.
So, as you guys know, we spoke about it last week, and I'm not here to get publicity or of any kind. Please don't ever thank me for what I do. Thank God, it's through him I do it. But I was given hot dogs and hot dog buns from Big Rich's company, his bread company, as a donation to help feed the homeless, which is what I do every day. I had all the, side things I was putting in their chips and all that stuff to drink, everything. Had the hot dogs, the buns, everything. But I went to 2 McDonald's. I went to Burger King, Whataburger. I went to 2 Brahms. I went to 2 Boomerangs and a Sonic, and they're in Shawnee, asking, could you guys possibly donate any amount of ketchup and mustard packages, just so these people have condiments for their hot dog. I don't want to eat a dry hot dog. That's my opinion. Not one of those restaurants, not one, would give me even a pack of mustard or ketchup.
Shame on them. And that, you know what? And I'm not going to say I want to blame the restaurant in general. That's where you blame the management or the person in charge that you dealt with.
Well, that's what I did. I spoke with the management at each place.
Yeah, and that's horrible on them. That's shame on them.
The manager at Whataburger actually told me they don't even have packages of ketchup there at Whataburger.
Because I get them all the time.
Exactly. I used to go there all the time. I used to go to Whataburger, and my favorite sandwich they have there is called the Monterey Melt, and that's what I get my daughter. She has to have the whole kids meal, whatever, and they always asked at the window, do you want ketchup with your fries, to my daughter. So, I mean, that's crazy. Now, we did go to Walmart today, and Mr. 1500 helped me deliver meals today, so that was awesome.
What? Man. You've been hanging out with BRRS-MEDIA all day, man. Kudos.
Oh, it's been bigger than that. I actually got a chance to hang out with her also yesterday, and it's just been a BRSS and Fat Cat Radio thing this weekend to help out the homeless and to let our listeners know this is real.
Yeah, it is. I mean, before you go any further, I'll let you tell the story. I give you kudos too, man, because you don't have to be doing this, especially even during this time. But this time is even more important because the ones who are homeless, and whether the homeless in your town is 1 or 1,000 or 10,000 or 10, It doesn't matter. Every mouth that's on that street is forgotten right now because people are either worrying about themselves or locked in their homes. And what Lisa's doing to me is very commendable. And like she said, she's not doing it because she's looking for somebody to say, oh, pat her on the back. She's doing it because she was telling me, she goes, you know, Rich, I feel bad every day when we're driving and I see these homeless and with the COVID going on. She goes, I want to make a difference. I want to do something. I know you've been talking about this for months. And even before the COVID happened. But then when you were like, now with this happening, they really don't have a chance. These places aren't open where they would get, you know, fed from, or some of these places that, let's face it, they would dumpster dine. They would go behind these dumpsters at night and get some of their food and drinks. Mm-hmm. They're not having access to that because less people, there's no dine-in and there's less shopping going on in some areas. So what you're doing is providing when they need a time, when they need to be uplifted.
Exactly.
And if anyone doesn't get that, including a Brahms manager, then shame on them.
Right. Well, we decided today, Mr. 1500 and I decided today that we were going to do roast beef sandwiches and turkey sandwiches. So again, I don't want to eat a dry sandwich. So while we were at Walmart, we went over to the deli section and I seen that they had those little packages, ketchup, mustard, and mayo there. So we spoke with the manager over there of the department. His name was Jared. Mm-hmm. We explained to him what I was doing. He could see the cart full of 30 packages of meat that we had bought, which were the 55-cent packages of meat. Mm-hmm. And we explained to him what we were doing. And he was like, he was so grateful to know what we were doing. He was like, take all the condiments you need. Take everything that you need to help you. He says, thank you guys. We offered to pay for him. You know, I don't expect anything to be given to me for free, mm-hmm. you know, but he wouldn't accept us to even pay for him at all. So I want to give a shout out to Jared in Walmart, the manager. I mean, because he didn't have to do that. He could have been a jerk like the restaurants were, you know. We've had a couple of other people reach out this past week that helped out. Mackenzie Gilbreth helped with donations. Jamie Gregg, Debbie Gamble, Paige's Animal Sanctuary donated.
Very nice.
Jason Fouché has volunteered with his time many times over the past couple of weeks. I've actually forgot to mention him last week, and I felt bad. I did meet a gentleman the other day down at the porch there in Shawnee. The porch is a place where the homeless like to gather, and they sit on the porch. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is what it's called. There was a dude down there named Trevor. I don't know his last name. He works at the community outreach program there in Shawnee. Mm-hmm. And he did donate some to help me, you know, because I can't do it all by myself all the time, but I'm trying. I haven't missed a day, and I thank God for that. Mm-hmm. But like you said, I'm not out there to promote myself. I'm not. If you go to Shawnee right now and ask every single homeless person you see what my name is, they don't know. They'll tell you that I'm the lady in the black car.
That's right.
I don't go up to them and be like, hey, my name is Lisa. I'm, you know, from Fat Cat Radio, nothing. I just pull up and I say, hey, are you guys hungry? And I feed them. So that's what I do.
I like it.
But I want to
I'm glad too. We were able to get you a couple $100 today too.
I know. I seen that. So tomorrow on the menu is going to be barbecue pork ribs.
What, man? I come fake it till I make. No, I'm just kidding. Lord forgive me. I shouldn't be talking like that.
Well, your diet allowed that.
What do you guys think, man? Perfect time to go into Where's the Beef?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Where's the beef, guys? Where's the beef? This week, folks, you're going to be in for a little treat because where's the beef? We're going with the other white meat. Uh-oh. I'm a poet and didn't know it.
Beef bourguignon.
Where's the beef?
Beef stroganoff.
Where's the beef?
Sizzling beef. Spicy braised beef. Barbecued beef ribs. Beef Wellington.
Let's get it.
Pepper beef. Beef.
Hey, where's the beef?
Do you see where I'm going with this?
I don't sleep on no beef. We ain't sleeping on niggas. You know I'm on top of everything, nigga. I come on your street.
I ain't sleeping on no beef. What? You know how we do, guys. Every week on Where's the Beef, we bring you something different. Sometimes it's celebrities. Sometimes it's musicians. Sometimes it's sports figures. Sometimes it's corporations. And then sometimes It's Godzilla of fast food. McDonald's in 2013 decided they were going to go toe to toe with every chicken company in the U.S.
All right.
Okay. Now, in 2013, burger joints were seeing a dip, especially McDonald's and burgers. People were going to chicken. And it wasn't just the old school Popeyes or KFC type chicken. It was these new joints that would specialize in strips only or wings and boneless wings and things of that sort. And people were loving it, man, because it was quick, it was fast, and it was a little healthier, because people were looking to get healthy, I guess, too. But who knows? So with that said, McDonald's was like, we're Mickey D's, baby. So we're going to come out with the McDonald's Mighty Wings. And let me tell you something. When you think of McDonald's, you really don't even think of chicken. Maybe their chicken sandwich, maybe the fish fillet, the McRib. But anyways, back to McDonald's and chicken. So when you think of them, you don't just think of wings or fried chicken. I mean, actually, when I think of that, I'm like, oh, it kind of scares me because their burgers are soy, their nuggets are silicone. But so they were like, okay, we're going to make hot wings, Mighty Wings. And I don't know what sizes they came in because I don't even really remember them. I remember maybe seeing a few ads. But they reportedly came in with good reviews saying that, yeah, they really did taste good. But if I'm going to eat a wing, I'm going to and do it, I'm going to go to a specialty joint. So what happened is McDonald's started losing their butt. They lost their butt in the tune of, you ready for this? The burger giant, at the time that they ended the campaign, was staring down 10 million tons of uncooked chicken wings.
Holy crap.
And they couldn't get rid of them. Nobody wanted them.
They could have donated them.
Maybe, but what is that telling you? Ooh, where are they getting their meat? Wuhan market? I mean, that was bad.
Thanks, John.
But anyways, they did eventually decide that, look, man, we've got to move this surplus.
Maybe they had to.
So they discounted them, and I guess they went out to different places eventually, but at a huge margin loss. So this one, the big conglomerates got their kicked by the little chicken peeps. Beep, 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 beep.
Donica's chiming in and she says, okay, leave the chicken alone.
I love it. So that was Where's Our Beef, McDonald's, man, they're always got their hand into something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Got
Something
funny?
You're talking about McDonald's, which is a multi-million-dollar company nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon's, they're rich as well. But I think their employees might have lost their mind lately. Maybe it's coronavirus. I don't know. But you had one employee that went to a resident and delivered the package, went back to his vehicle to get in. Noticed he had locked himself out.
Oh.
So he calls whoever he has to. They're telling him, we're going to come get you. We're 45 minutes to an hour out. Dude's like, okay. I don't have any idea why, but this dude decided he needed to take a pee right then. Nice. And he pees in the resident's driveway. And this is all caught on their Ring camera by the door. A second employee, different day, different location, delivers a package to a resident, goes to scan it. There's a scuff on the barcode. Yeah. So he spits all over this package. During the coronavirus, just in the rig. It also was caught on camera by the Ring camera. You could just see spit strings hanging from his mouth that he spit so bad on it.
Disgusting. I'd be furious.
Oh, I would have been too. I would have been really.
I got a question. Does that mean, is this part of the Prime package now, where you get a golden shower and spit job? Not only are we delivering during these times of need, we will piss on your driveway and spit on your body.
He was fired for spitting on the package, by the way. He says that he didn't do it to try to infect anybody. He was not sick. he was trying to clean the barcode so he could scan the product that was being delivered.
Yeah, well, that makes me wonder. I mean, what do you do? I mean, when there's a scuff at home, you don't spit on it. So why would you do that to somebody's package?
Right. Especially during the coronavirus of all time.
Yeah.
People are losing their mind.
They are.
I mean, they're just going nuts.
They're saying that people are going stir crazy sitting in their homes, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, I'm glad and I'm not glad. I wish that I could sit home because I don't like being out in public during this time. But I know that me getting bread to the shelves is very essential to the population.
Right.
So, you know, I just keep chipping away.
Keep pushing.
Well, let's hope that Sylvia Brown is correct.
Oh, I love Sylvia. She was one of my favorites. She used to have long nails before long nails were the cool thing. She was like the crazy psychic that was on everybody would call her on their shows.
Well, in 2008, she wrote a book. It was called The End of Days.
Yeah.
And if you get a chance to rent this book, buy it, whatever, do so. On page 312, it reads that in 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and the bronchial tubes. The illness will resist all known treatments, almost more baffling than the illness itself, which will be the fact that it will suddenly vanish as quickly as it arrived. Then, in 10 years, it will attack again and then completely disappear forever. If her predictions are right in 10 years, as they are as of right now, in 2020, that means we're going to have to live through this crap all over again. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
I'm just going to start hoarding toilet paper now for 10 years.
You want my face on it?
Yes, I do. I do. That way, when
I poop on you, pee on you.
I'm peeing and I'm pooping.
So here's my other question before we got off the subject. Was the guy who was peeing that worked? Was his name R. Kelly? Oh, that poor
funny.
evil bastard peeing on people. I remember Dave Chappelle did a skit about that. Like it was his like if R. Kelly's grandmother had to testify against him or his mother, I think it was the grandmother, she was like, well, first off, I would have had to been in the room with him videotaping it and watching them. So then Dave Chappelle like acts that out and it shows him, ooh, that's my boy. You do it. Pee all over her face, Kelly. You do it, boy. And Chappelle's a nut, man. He can say and do anything and get away with it. But I love him. Dave Chappelle's funny. He makes me laugh. That's a good thing because making you laugh can be very healthy.
Well, speaking of making you laugh, I know you've probably read it all over social media on every platform. Probably heard people say it. Somebody's going to be ignorant and name their child after this virus, the coronavirus. But in fact, 2 children were. No, I'm dead serious. A lady over in India gave birth to a set of twins, a boy and a girl. And she named her son COVID and named the daughter Corona. She went on to say that she had a very difficult pregnancy. So she wanted to make it memorable. Like having twins and the freaking coronavirus wasn't enough.
Right.
Yeah, let's name them coronavirus.
Coronavirus and COVID-19. 20 years later on CNN special. And then, somebody will have them on there and they'll be like, so tell me, Corona, how's your life now that we're in G7? And he'll be over there with an AI speaking for him because he's lost all body functions. He's probably shaking, things are great. How about you? And how about you, COVID-19? How are you doing? And they're sitting over there saying, now that we've implemented G7, they're like, oh my.
I wonder what the next pandemic is going to be when the G7 comes out.
I don't know, G6, G7. Now, I've told people, too, because we did, Mike Simons and I did do a show on this, and the G just stands for generation. Right. But we all know with each generation, things get stronger. So if G5 is pushing those wavelengths of manipulating water or molecules of water, whether it be in your body, in a pond, a lake, whatever, that could wreak havoc, not just on humans, it could wreak havoc on the entire ecosystem, start to finish. And what happens when that ecosystem gets the bees and now There's no cross-pollination. And, the birds. I mean, it's just, we don't know, folks, until you run it. It's just like with any of these things. We don't know the long term. We don't know the 50, 100-year time effects of all that. I mean, I know this, cancer rates, I don't remember when in the 70s and 80s and 90s of hearing about so many cases of cancer and these new diseases popping up. And I know since we went to the smartphone age, people can say what they want, man. But when you got 4G, 5G, microwaves, new radio waves, the older, first generations, and then the LTEs, and you mix all this because some of that stuff's still going. It's not all shut off,
right?
And God, what is it doing to our bodies, man?
Well, I can say this: there's a 5G tower that they put literally across the street from where I live. And it's been there for a couple of months, and I have just noticed myself. I have had severe migraines, and there's times that I've been sitting there just cuddling on the couch with my daughter watching a movie, and just boom, I have to puke. And I get up and I go puke, and I'm not sick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hungry. I'm not having a headache. I have a headache, but it's not like bad enough to make me want to puke. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason for me to be puking like that.
Right. While we're on this, just real quick, guys, I forgot, and I want to give this shout out, and it's a funny shout out. Charles and I was in Walmart delivering, and it was the day after I had went in the bathroom, and I was acting like Jim Carrey, playing that scene from The Crying Game where he's crying in the shower, and I'm shaving my head with a number 2 on the right, and then I'm doing the left, and I'm doing the back, and I'm like, this is coming out like crap, and I'm just looking like a meth head that has been living on the street for 7 years, and my hair was messed up. So I throw a hat on and I go to work, and I see a friend there that used to cut hair for over 20 years, Kathleen Amy. Thank you. You're a savior. You have been texting in tonight and messaging. Sorry, we've just been super busy. But she's like, I always carry a small thing of clippers and a small thing of scissors. And I'm like, she goes, I'm going to fix that. I'm like, okay. So Charlie and I got all the empties out back to the truck. We load them up. And we set the lift gate to where I'm sitting on the lift gate and she can move around it. And she's in there fixing up my hair, trimming it, cutting it, getting it over my ears, and made it presentable. It's still buck wild right now, but at least it's presentable. And I give you kudos. Thank you for that. Because with the coronavirus, there are no barbershops open, which is crappy. And I'm not a very good hairstylist. So thank you once again. I appreciate that. Without you, I'd be walking around looking like
you'd be out there catfishing girls.
Well, no, I'd probably be Joe Exotic's 5th wife.
I'm lucky. I got a pair of clippers. I keep my head down short. And,
yeah, it looks good, man.
And I cut it this morning myself. So
you're a good-looking brother, man. Them girls better watch out, dude. You're in shape. You got that goatee and that nice hitman shave. That's looking good, man.
So, sorry, don't mean to cut you off there. We have a young man chiming in. He's 9, and he says that he is inspired by what I do, and he is great at making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and will start handing them out to homeless in his area.
Very good. Now that's amazing. That's right there. That's touching somebody. And look, right there, boom. A 9-year-old gets it.
He wants me, Little Lisa, to shout out to him, and he wants Big Rich. So shout out to Riley Lang from Little Lisa.
Shout out to Riley Lang from Baby. Big Rich is in the house.
Oh, they want you to too.
1500 says, thank you, Riley. You're an inspiration. Good job.
We love you, Riley. And you are a family to BRRS-MEDIA forever.
Yes.
So, Rich.
Yeah, I'm here listening.
What was this that you were telling me about this Oklahoma City nurse, but you said you wouldn't tell me until the show? You said I had to wait.
Oh, yeah, man. It's crazy. It's a crazy story. It's right here. Sorry, folks. We're going to hear a little paper. You know that's bad. I'm sorry. I know. You can say it. You can get me back right now.
You had one job.
I failed. You've been on me that one. All right, man. Right here in Oklahoma City, there was a nurse that was shot for wearing her scrubs while filling up at a gas station. A stranger literally walked up and shot this woman in scrubs. Apparently, the attacker said it was nurses spreading the coronavirus by wearing scrubs in public, and then they were giving the virus to everyone. So he had to shoot her, is what he says.
It's horrible.
Horrible, right? So now it's got the local police in contact with the various hospitals and medical clinics and facilities, and let them know, tell your employees, dress in casual clothes to work, and then get back in them to go home. Because if we got nutcases like this, and it's just getting started, you guys are the front line at the hospitals and these medical facilities. We need you, And it's just, what was this guy thinking? He had to be crazy.
I don't know. He obviously has something going on with him.
Had to be nuts.
I mean, I personally have the utmost respect for our medical people right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as well as I do like the people that work at Walmart and other grocery stores. I mean, they go to work every single day. Like for instance, you even delivering bread. You could be like, you ain't gonna die if you ain't got bread. I don't know an American that will. Mm-hmm. So you could be like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not putting my life at risk, but you do. So to all the people out there that do risk their lives every day to provide, because, they care. Mm-hmm. And then to be afraid to go get gas. I mean, It's horrible.
It is wild. It's nerve wracking. And hopefully this thing gets over. We figure it out, and it's nothing more than something basic. And, I know this for a fact. The world and the United States changed forever 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it did.
We will never be the same. This world or the United States, they'll never be the same. This is it's an historic moment, whatever it's labeled as, or it unfolds to be. And even if a war was to follow, this day and the days that right before us and the days that are coming, this is all historic events that are happening, because never in the history of the world has anything like this gone down. Mass lockdowns, not knowing who to believe, and it's just wild. So, Mr. 1500, brother, I'm glad to have you on tonight. I'm glad to have you in the studios. I'm glad that you got to go out and do that with her to feed the homeless today. Kudos to you, brother. And little Lise, you got anything you want to close with?
I just want to thank all of our listeners out there. Be safe. The government's corrupt. We don't know what's really going on, so just use your best judgment. Keep your hands clean.
Like we said, you got plenty of time. Yeah, get out there. Research. Hold on, research. We're sheeple. Be that sheep that lifts its head, looks around, and sees what the world has to offer.
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself.
Get that
absolutely.
knowledge.
And I always said this too in the past. I can only give you so much information. You got to go out and find your own truth.
Right.
I can lead you in the direction, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to mold your world and find the truth, because there is a wizard behind the curtain, and there is a hierarchy that is in control. Right. With that said, man, once again, 1500, it was my pleasure.
It was an honor.
No, thank you.
It was an honor.
Lise, I love having you, girl. And as I always do, God bless, stay safe, and have a great night. We're going to play you guys out with a little bit of music. This will be the second song from Twism and Furious's collab that they did together. And we will get that here for you right now.
they deceive. Have you believed this trickery is best to be? Mess with me, can see past the BS, the mess, the distress you cause. I have my flaws, but dog, you brought me down. Want me to drown? No sounds, not around, no influence, just a check. Set you up, me stuck what? Like I didn't create, incubate, relate, devastate my relationship, lose my grip, strip me of my dignity so they won't see the other half. Do the math, get past as fast. One day the truth conveyed, no longer sway story, ignoring the facts. Never turn my back on that. Part of my blood should be loved. Do what I gotta do to break through. Visitate, cohabitate, saving face. Can't erase that face. They mirror me, so when you see, it's partly me beneath it all.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
Shouldn't have to be.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
My humanity.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
My dignity.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
I do.
Really done being nice to fake friends and phonies with knives in my back and smiles in their eyes and blatant distaste in their faces as they speak in their lies. I'm feeling hatred inside for allowing another to be putting me in a cage of expectations. I was racing towards fame and fortune. I was bracing for hating and being ignored, not manipulated, left behind, feeling foolish, hooked up and falling in life. I'm sitting here dying inside. I'm feeling like I'm wasting away, wasting a day, pacing towards hate with fate being death. Unfulfilled purpose, unfulfilled potential, man, this shit is taking my breath, making me wanna flip. I'm getting tense, fingers grip the split, so I won't flip the switch on the 4/5 and give in to the evil within, my deepest of sins. Man, I'm truly telling y'all, I need this win. Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
Shouldn't have to be.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
My humanity.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
My dignity.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
I do. Of course, don't support, ignore your reports, distort your rapport of the justice system. It's sick, come get him. Man stands to fight for his rights, to be beside his flesh and blood. Shrugged off, all worthless in this mess. Tested, hex with the lesson. Pay, walk away, say I never existed. This relentless, we ended this, show your venom. It's never ending, defending my honor to karma.
Had this guy named Lee. See, I gave my life daily to make Lee's name and numbers rise steadily, but like a snake, he turned out to be a fan. That's crazy. I had this guy named Big Bro. See, I gave my time to Big Bro so we could come close to success. But Big Bro left me to bless Lee without me. Kicked me in my gut like Bruce Lee when he left me perplexed. What did I do to deserve this disrespect? Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
Shouldn't have to be.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
My humanity.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
My dignity.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
I do.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
Shouldn't have to be.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
My humanity.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
My dignity.
Lost it, can't you see that I have lost it? Going crazy.
I do.